Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Eastern Washington University Recreation Center for this day game between the Eastern Washington University Eagles and the visiting Washington State University Cougars. My name's Tyler Pisani, joined today by Gary Allen and our cameraman Joe Pumphrey. And Gary, what a game last night between these two teams.
It was night and day. It was WSU for the first two periods, then Eastern woke up, then they took the third period. It was a heck of a good game, though, overall. So it'll be interesting today what happens.
Well, and getting into the starting lineups for these two teams, we take a look first at the Washington State University Cougars. Number 8, Daniel Litchfield. Number 21, Lucas Vagtavine. Number 28, Hinches. Number 36, J.D. Dunn. Number 37, Noah Gerard in goal. And also starting number 91, Peyton Fredrickson. For the Eagles tonight, starting off this game, the Barrel House starting lineups. In goal, number 35, Tyler O'Donnell. What a game that he played last night. A man with a hat trick last night. Number 72, Trevor Zakrajcek. Number 19, Zach Minderman, also with a goal last night. Number 16, Sam Gilming, and number 17, Zach Shaw. As well as number 8, Wiley Jenny, rounding out the starting 5 for the Eastern Washington Eagles. And this game last night, Gary, it was something for the record books, or for the history books. We started off with Washington State dominating the first two periods, and something clicked for the Eagles as they went into that third period. Ended up scoring 4 goals in the third period, and Trevor Zakrajcek getting that elusive hat trick goal in overtime.
Oh, it was quite fascinating to watch the two different games in essence in that one. But Eastern came out and played like I'm used to them playing that third period, and they kind of took it to WSU. But I was talking to Coach Chris Soriano last night. Well, we got a whistle for WSU, and it's interesting. He's going to deploy that 2-on-2 offense that he has. He has a couple different variations, so it'll be interesting if Eastern watched tape on it and picked it up. They have about 3 versions of it, but they use that heavily, and I noticed they started that off today.
Well, and that worked very well for them through the first 2 periods yesterday, and Eastern Washington able to, finally get something going. Had a chance to talk to Trevor Zakrajcek after the game last night during our post-game show on the Eastern Washington Facebook page. And that's exactly what he said, was that once they found a way to solve the puzzle, it was, he used the term fun. It was a lot more fun for them. And now here comes Morgan Ouellette. He's trying to get past the last defender, has his stick slapped away back down into the corner. Smith with some pressure into the corner, and he just gets rammed right in front of the far wall. He had, they tell you not to skate with your head down, but they never tell you don't look up either, because you're going to get hit just as hard.
All right, you just avoid seeing it.
Zakrajcek with it now. He's going to bring it up the near side, bring it across the blue line. He's looking for men in the center, and he decides to fire a shot, bounces away, and a good opportunity there for Shane Smith to get his first points of the season. He's still looking to find his way into the back of the net.
That's surprising, because that kid's played really, really well, and I remember from last year, and it's night and day, his skill levels increased.
Shot there off the leg pads of Tyler O'Donnell. Wind up a shot well wide of the net by Litchfield.
And you got to be careful with Litchfield. He has a rocket for his shot. I noticed it last night, and he lets it go from anywhere.
That one deflected high up into the netting, and you'll notice all the players wearing or having pink stick tape. The Eastern players, pink laces, pink sock tape. That is because today is Pink in the Rink here with these two clubs, benefiting Every Woman Can. You'll see lots of pink going on kind of all around the arena.
And that's a nice sporting pink tie you have too, Tyler. Let me compliment you on that. Well, it looks sharp.
Well, thank you very much. I do what I can to make the broadcast look good, even though nobody can see us.
That's true.
Down into the corner with it. Shaw puts it out front. Minderman a shot. He had a goal last night. He was looking for a second one. That one deflected back up into the neutral zone. Sent all the way into the low corner. O'Donnell with his hand raised, and we'll get a whistle.
Well, it looks like J.D. Dunn's picking up where he left off last night for the Cougars. He's an outstanding hockey player, and he darn it got himself a breakaway on that little pass block he did. I really like his game. There's a couple Cougars that are really, really solid hockey players.
Well, and we talked to head coach Chris Soriano about that last night after the game, and J.D. Dunn is one of the players that he pointed out, as well as Aiden Middlesworth, as players that really make an impact game in and game out for this club.
Especially Middleton, if I understood the coach right, he's only a freshman.
And there's a lot of upside to him. He reminds me a lot of the potential of Brandon Stevenson. A big hit down there in the corner. Both freshmen, Stevenson obviously playing for Eastern Washington. And a big hit there by Shaw right at the top of the far faceoff circle. Wind up, shot by Minderman, in and out of the glove of Garrard. And the puck all the way back down. Purley sends it off the far wall, intercepted in the center of the neutral zone. Now with it is Stevenson. He's just going to let it rim around. Coming out of his net now is Garrard.
Stevenson's an excellent hockey player. Very heads-up player. Heady, real heady.
That one back into the neutral zone and picked up right in the center of the zone by Nois.
Snyder has the puck right now. He's trying to get it out, and Eastern's doing a good job of keeping him in his zone. Got a little outlet pass going there, but did a nice job. Middlesworth, he's all over it. We had a, looks like a two-line or a high stick. Whistle went down, looked like it was off of a high stick. But one good thing I noticed Eastern, that they picked up their game compared to yesterday. The first period they were extremely sluggish, and they're coming out fighting right off the get-go, so that's good to see. They're picking up where they left off last night. Face-off won by Eastern.
Kapelke pushes it into the neutral zone, and Washington State again comes away with it. And we saw this a lot in the first two periods last night. Washington State really able to maintain possession. Eastern Washington able to disrupt the possession, but not really maintain any of their own in the defensive end or in the neutral zone. And as I say that, Kapelke comes right through the neutral zone and just backhands it right towards the Cougar goaltender, who plays a nice puck up off of the wall. And now here comes Middlesworth. He's got to beat three Cougars, and instead he decides to take the shot himself, puts it all the way into the corner where Kapelke picks it up. That's going to bounce off the wall in front of the Eastern Washington bench, back to the Cougars line, where Litchfield brings it back into his own end, back into the neutral zone now, into the Eagles' end, off the wall, kicked ahead by Peterson. Off the glass, and again, we're just passing it back and forth here between the Eagles' end and the Cougars' end, as we're just going defenseman to defenseman, with nobody touching it in the neutral zone. Minderman now finally gets it ahead to Jenny. Jenny's got one more man to beat. He's on the backhand, fires it in, uses that rebound to try and push it ahead more, but a good use of the leg pads there by the Cougar netminder.
See, one good thing I watched Stevenson on that, he broke the 2-1-2 by passing it up off the boards quickly, and that's how you do it.
We've got 13:20 to go here in this first period. Cougars and Eagles all tied up at at 0. I'm trying to give away goals already, Gary.
You're all excited, Tyler. That's what you are. You're back in the booth. You're all excited right now. Glad to have you.
Only got to do the third period yesterday, but seems like that's the only period that I needed to do. And a good rebound there, wraparound chance. And that was Dunn that got his skate in the way, saved a goal for the Cougars. Browning picked that up on the near side, the rebound right off of the leg pads of Garrard. And he tried to get it back around. A dangerous turnover for the Eagles. That's going to be a penalty coming for Eastern Washington, as Fredrickson tripped up as he almost had a chance at the breakaway. He'd been a couple more steps ahead. He may have been clear of the last defenseman, and we might have been talking about a penalty shot.
Well, Fredrickson's a big kid, but he's deceiving. He's got a real quick first step, and his speed burst off of that. Then it becomes almost like a rocket, and that's what happened on that play. And the only thing he could have done was taken him down. But he's very quick for his size.
So this is Keegan Peterson, going to sit 2 minutes for tripping at 7:25. And got the confirmation there from the scorer's desk. So Eastern Washington going to have to kill off a man advantage here early, and a good stop there by O'Donnell on a point-blank shot. That one lost back into the neutral zone by Day. Litchfield has it, plays it off the wall. Stevenson gets his stick there. They're going to call that a high stick as soon as Washington State touches it. And no, same player there that played it back. So no high sticking coming. Schneider with it on the far side, loses it, but right to the stick of his own man, and there's Middlesworth again.
Oh, he's everywhere. He did this last night too. That's what he caught my eye by just how he played last night.
And a delayed offside coming by the Cougars. As there was 3 players off, none of them seemed to realize that they were offside.
Yeah, they were kind of looking around, trying to figure out where the puck was, and they all got caught down low.
A decent crowd here for a Saturday afternoon at the Eastern Washington University Recreation Center. We want to thank everybody tuning in online to this Barrel House broadcast of Eastern Washington University hockey. If you're in Cheney or in Spokane, be sure to join us at the Barrel House after this game. If you plan on coming down to the game and you're listening maybe in your car on the way down here, when you get your ticket, hold on to it because it's good for 10% off at the Barrel House after the game tonight. And a huge hit by number 52, Nick Torres, on Zach Myko. And behind the play, Colin Purley raised his hand looking for a penalty, but that was a very clean hit.
Torres did that last night. He's extremely physical. Nice save by O'Donnell. But Torres does like to use the body, and if he didn't do it on that play right there, there was a breakaway for Eastern. So Torres is a very physical player. Likes to throw his weight around, and he's a big kid.
O'Donnell checking his leg pads, making sure everything's all nice and tidy there and held up snug.
Well, you watched that third period last night. O'Donnell stood on his head last night. He made some outstanding saves for Eastern.
Well, and the one thing that I've noticed this year, if you're looking for a good goaltender performance, come to this building, because we saw it against Montana State, against Montana Tech, against Washington State last night. The University of Washington goaltender here a few weeks ago. That may have been the best goaltender performance I've seen at just about any level.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I haven't seen a goalie that hot in years. I mean, literally years that guy was on.
Eastern Washington just about able to kill off that penalty. 2-1-0. Back to 5-a-side hockey. 10:33 to go here in this first period in Cheney, Washington. Pink in the Rink night. Presented by Every Woman Can. Ticket proceeds tonight benefiting that great charity, helping raise awareness for breast cancer. And here comes Jenny. He's got Minderman in the middle, and Jenny has his pocket picked as he's trying to get around Litchfield. Litchfield does a good job of getting his body in the way and then using his stick to just take that one right off of the tape of Jenny.
Well, I noticed one thing with WSU. They didn't lose any level of play by their switching their goalie. Stewart was outstanding last night, and right now Gerard is doing an excellent job for them. So they got a couple good goaltenders that I didn't get to see except last night on Stewart.
A dangerous puck bounced off of the leg pads of O'Donnell about 4 feet in the air just outside of his crease. And a good chance there by Minderman, and that is going to be a tripping call as soon as Washington State touches that up. Minderman coming across the blue line almost had a breakaway.
I think they got Bailey on that, didn't they?
Is that who that is Bailey? That is. And kind of the same thing we saw on that Peterson minor. He just almost cleared the last defender and got a stick caught up in his legs. So it'll be Bailey that's going to sit 2 minutes for a trip.
But that Bailey's a good hockey player. I watched him last night. He's a solid defenseman for WSU.
So that penalty coming 10:26 of the first period. Still all knotted up at 0. Eastern Washington in those black, red, and white uniforms. And some good speed by Zakrajicek. He's got a man in the middle in Browning. He's going to look for the wraparound. Gets it to Browning right out front. And Browning was not expecting that pass, didn't have his stick ready. It went right to the tape, and he just didn't have anything to load up on.
I don't think anyone expected that pass from Z.
And that was such a picture-perfect pass from Zakrajcek there, who is now sitting, a shot just wide of the net, is now sitting number 44 in the country in points scored. Looking to go 5-hole there from the far side, and wrapped up right into the leg pads of Gerard.
All you can say about Zakrajcek is he's just a hockey player, and that's the utmost compliment. That kid is outstanding. He can play defense like he did last night. He plays up front. The kid is an all-around hockey player. I just love his game.
8:48 to go in this first period. 1:14 to go on the power play for the Eagles.
This is what I like about O'Donnell, too. He helps the defenseman out on that. They dumped it down. He's almost like an extra defenseman with the stick.
And here comes Smith. He feeds it back to Shaw. Shaw's got a man on the far side in Minderman and can't get the puck there. The Cougars wisely dump it back down the ice.
And you can tell just right there, O'Donnell, he likes throwing out the puck to the defenseman on the wings. That's an asset that a lot of goalies don't do.
Puck bouncing just wide of the goal. Behind the net now. That is Minderman. Minderman plays the body. Ouellette gets it to Zakrajcek. Back to Ouellette. Right out front to Shaw. Shaw loses it at his feet. A little bit of sloppy play on the power play for the Eagles on this shift.
But what I liked on that one, Shaw did an outstanding job of knocking the puck down in the air, and that's what got him in their play. And wasn't for that, they wouldn't have any attack. And but again, Shaw plays that type of game. He's physical. He's a good skater, headsy player, all around good player for Eastern. And he's always seems to be by the puck, which is interesting for him because he's a big kid.
And Trevor Zakrajcek, just doing a little bit of math here, he is tied for number 25th in the country in goals scored, looking for that, another goal right there.
Almost went top shelf on him.
And we saw that twice. He hit the upper V on either side and then beat the goaltender on a breakaway, and that'll do it for the penalty with 7.5 minutes to go. And that breakaway in overtime, it was pretty textbook. Went forehand to the right, made the goaltender bite, and easily wrapped it around him back to the left. And Washington State with numbers put it out front. A big shot there by Bailey after coming out of the box. That one tipped up and into the netting.
Hurley's the one that tipped that up. That was outstanding defense by him because that was a point-blank shot, and he got a stick in his way and deflected it up and over on the net. But you were talking about Zakrajcek's goal last night in overtime. What also helped him, he read the defenseman diving for him, and he just deked him when he was on the ice, and that set it all up.
And a shot off of the face-off there for the Cougars, handled by O'Donnell. 7 minutes to go in this first period between the Eagles and the Cougars. Now that is Shaw behind the Eastern Washington net. He gets it up to Minderman. Minderman looking to absorb that hit. Didn't really have his eye on the puck, but was able to hold on to it for just long enough. Stevenson now one hand on his stick, looking to go around the defense. Gets it out front to Smith. Smith, a shot, shoots, and scores! Shane Smith, his first points of the season. And that was a pure grit goal. He took that shot, the rebound came off, somebody else put it home, and while all that was happening, Smith jumped over to the other side of the net and put it home on the back door. Eastern Washington now leading by a score of 1-0 in the first period.
Well, Smith definitely deserves that goal. He's worked hard this year, and it was interesting. I was watching Gerard in net for WSU, and every time he almost got the puck, someone would kick it or hit it, and he could never track it down. And then Smith came off on his left side and shot it in the open down low. Nice play by Smith, though. So that's how you beat that 2-1-2. What Zakrajcek just did. Bounced it off the board real quick, didn't play with the puck. He didn't look, hold it. He just shot it up, got it out.
So that goal from Smith by way of Minderman and Stevenson. And now Morgan Ouellette with a chance. He's in a foot race. He's trying to get it to the goal mouth. He's still able to hold on to it, but loses his skates behind the net. And that puck up into the bench of the Washington State Cougars.
It's been a quick period with 6 minutes left. There's been very few whistles. Well-played game by both teams. Eastern's definitely starting off quicker than they did last night, no question about that. It's been an entertaining game. So, folks, if you wanted to figure out what to do if you're downtown in Cheney, come on out to the URC Center. This is a good game.
And I can only imagine that it's going to get better no matter which team you're a fan of as this game goes on. After yesterday's game, you would think that fans of both teams think that their team is going to come in and win this game because both teams had flashes of brilliance.
Well, I'm impressed with WSU's fans. There's quite a few of them that traveled up there to watch them last night and tonight. Nice little crowd here today. So they travel well, it looks like.
That one off the wall, pushed ahead. The Cougars with it in the attacking zone. 5:40 to play here in this first period in Cheney, Washington. Pink in the rink night.
Well, Bailey's going to go in. I'm not sure what they're going to get him for, but he's going in the box, no question about it.
And looks like an interference call. This one coming 14:28 of this period. So Eastern Washington going to get another chance on the power play. 0 for 1 so far, but we're able to get a couple of good shots off during that the first man advantage.
Well, their power play's improving each game compared to when I first saw them play against Tech. They're getting better at it, so obviously they've worked on it.
Face-off won by the Eagles. Back to Stevenson. He has an assist. He fires a shot just wide left of the net. Purley's going to come in, fire it down. He's got a little bit of an upper body injury. A shot by the Eagles, a good cover-up, but they're going to say that Gerard was able to lay on top of that. But Eastern Washington doing a good job on the rebounds here.
An outstanding job on that one. Eastern just flooded the net, and Gerard did a nice job of holding his ground because that puck was definitely trying to score it out.
We'll see another face-off on the far side. Again, Eastern Washington winning it. Stevenson again going to fire a shot, but this time it goes the other way as picking it up is Dunn. Dunn tries to get around the final man, and some good defense there by the Eagles. Cougar fans here in the building not quite as excited about that one. Looking for maybe a penalty there as Dunn ended up on the ice.
Well, Dunn tried to do it behind the back pass to himself, and that would have been a sweet play if it would have worked, and it did, and he lost his skate on that one.
And now Zakrajcek with it. He's going to bring it up the near side, leave it off for Browning. Browning across the Cougars line. Looks to fire a shot, but easily telegraphed as Nick Torres was able to get down and block that one. Now some fighting in the corner. Coming away with it on the far side is Stevenson at the top of the zone. Calling for it is Purley on the near side. He gets it to his skates, back to his tape, fires it out front. A good screen there by Browning, and I'm not sure that the goaltender even saw that one coming. It just a reflex save there, happened to be on the ice.
But I'll tell you what I like about Browning. He's not the biggest fella, but he plops himself in front of the goalie, and he is hard to move for his size. He's constantly in front of the goalie screening him. And I've noticed that the last few games from him, that he's real comfortable in front of the net getting hit.
We've got 4 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Another stoppage here. 41 seconds left on the man advantage for the Eagles. Eastern Washington out shooting the Cougars so far 7-5 in this one. But only able to outscore them 1-0 in this first period, which again is 2 periods earlier than Eastern Washington was able to score last night. It was all Cougars early. And I know at least for the Eastern Washington fans, they are not looking for a complete flip of last night, as that did not turn out well for the Cougars. A shot from Zakrajcek at the top of the zone, down to Jenny. He has a nice little dance move there, fired by Zakrajcek right into the body of Day. The puck just stopped dead, now back all the way into the neutral zone. Go the Eagles. Minderman with it along the low wall. He's looking for somebody out front, fires a shot, looking for that rebound, but nobody there. With it again is Jenny. Jenny down low to Smith. Smith stops, turns around, back to Jenny at the top of the zone. Jenny keeps it in. Fires a shot from the left side. In and out of the glove again of Gerard, but he's able to hold on to it kind of underneath him there.
Yeah, he's tracking the puck really well, though. That was a nice job by him of watching it all the way in. He did kind of have a little trouble controlling it, but nice goal play by him today.
And we're back to five-a-side hockey, 3:28 to go. And Gerard is doing a very good job of tracking those rebounds. He's giving up quite a few rebounds, but they're not going very far, and he knows exactly where they're at and ends up on top of them for the most part. A big hit down low by the Eagles. That was Peterson. Picking it up on the far side, Stevenson backhands it through the crease. Now on the low wall with it. That is Thompson. Thompson loses it into the neutral zone. And now it is the Cougars looking to head the other way. Herbert, he's got it down in the corner, feeds it out front, nobody there. A couple of Eagles even swing and miss at it. A dangerous puck for Washington State in and out of the glove of Tyler O'Donnell and landed right on top of the goal. Had he been a couple inches forward, that would have been in the back of the net. Maiko now goes one-on-one with the Cougar. Cleaning it up was Peterson. I'm sorry, that was Otness coming in behind to clean that up. Stevenson now back to Gilming. 2:21 to play in this first period. The Cougars really looking to get their first goal before they head into the break. All the way back up top. Shot off of the leg pads of O'Donnell. Now into the far corner. Picking it up is Hingis. Eastern Washington doing a lot of just slapping at the puck here in the defensive zone, and they're doing enough to disrupt the Cougars, but not really enough to turn this into an offensive attack. And still out of his net is Gerard. And a good chance there by the Eagles as Kapelke came in and picked it up while Gerard was still kind of in the face-off circle almost, and didn't get rid of it quick enough. Gave Gerard enough time to skate back into his goal. Browning now fires a shot from the near side face-off circle right into the glove of Gerard. We'll have another stoppage with 1:29 to go in this first period.
One thing I'm noticing today with Coach Soriano, what he's doing, he's teaming up Day and Dunn, and they are a force right now as a pair. That last time down in the eastern end, they were cycling and wheeling really hard. Got some good shots. It'll be interesting if he keeps that pairing because they are playing outstanding together today.
Puck coming back into the neutral zone on the stick of Torres. Torres across the blue line. He's going to try and beat Zakrajcek, and he does. Zakrajcek wisely able to get his twig to it and kicks it back out the other direction. Now a big shot by Middlesworth goes wide of the net.
See Middlesworth, what they're using is his size. He's plopping himself right in front of the net also. Hard to move.
Less than a minute here in this first period. Eagles lead 1-0 over the Cougars, out shooting them 9-7 at Pink and the Rink night for the Eagles. This one off of the wall. Shaw trying to keep it in, but it goes all the way back to Purley as he comes off of his own bench. Zakrajcek picks it up with just over 30 seconds. Hits the official. And a good opportunity there for Ouellette, who broke that up right at the top of the crease. And now here come the Cougars, a 3-on-3 opportunity. Eastern Washington able to get their own men back. The defense of the Cougars getting a line change on, and now just 10 seconds remain in this period. It appears that this is the score line we're going to go into the locker room with as we get a whistle with 3.5 seconds left. I've seen crazier things happen than a score off of the face-off.
Well, that's true. I do like what Eastern's doing today compared to yesterday. They have figured out how to disrupt that 2-1-2 basically game plan WSU's having, and their defense, when they're doing it right, they're shooting the puck right away. They're not carrying it, and they're deciding quickly what they're going to do. That wraps that up.
That does. That'll wrap up the first period here. Eastern Washington on the board. Only one goal for the Eagles. That goal coming off of the stick of the one and only Shane Smith, getting his first points of the season. The sophomore forward taking a little bit longer this season to get on the board than he did in the past, but it's a good time to do it in a game that's going to be as close as we expect this one to be, Gary.
Yeah, he's a good hockey player, so you knew his points were going to come. He was just, he's constantly around the net, and his play has improved so much from last year to this year. You knew it was going to happen for him. Outstanding player.
And head coach Chris Soriano talking to the officials after the period, just making sure that everybody's on the same page.
Well, I'm thinking he's talking about the Bear House Pizza because Coach Soriano was down there last night, and he seemed to enjoy himself. So that could be what he's doing right now, telling the refs for us.
He seems a bit lost. He may, to be honest, he may be headed up here to join us and talk to us here in this period.
Oh, that'd be great because he's a nice, funny guy, real funny guy.
But we will we'll step away, and if he comes back, we will be here. You're listening to Eastern Washington University Men's Hockey, watching it on YouTube. We'll be back in 19 minutes with the second period of this exciting game from Cheney, Washington. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the second period of action between the hometown Eastern Washington Eagles and the visiting Washington State Cougars. Eastern Washington taking a 1-0 lead into the break. And that goal coming off of the stick of youngster Shane Smith, the sophomore, who scored his first point of the season. But Washington State quickly coming out of the chutes there, getting their first shot off just 9 seconds into the period. 10-7 the shot total after the first period.
I'll tell you one thing, Tyler. If I was Eastern, I'd really blanket J.D. Dunn. Guy is outstanding. He's the one that just had that quick shot to start the period off.
Well, and he definitely seems to be the one that that gets the most touches. And if you've ever been here to the URC, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say, man, it smells good in here. The roost is open today. And Zakrajcek right through the neutral zone, shoots and scores!
I don't know what other words you can say about Z right there. That guy is just incredible as a hockey player. Again, he deked the goalie out. He was on top of it the last little second. He took a right, and the goalie went to his right, and bam, it was wide open on the far side. Outstanding hockey player.
That is 21st point of the season, his 13th goal, his 4th goal in 2 days. I don't know what else to say about that young man.
No, I mean, and that's why I nicknamed him Z, but not only have trouble with his name, but the guy is just incredible. Like, you get a nickname if you're that good. It's simple as that.
You saw how fast he got down there. He's got kind of a long last name, Zakrajcek.
I talked to his parents. They were okay with me nicknaming him that, so they understood.
And look at that. O'Donnell going to get the assist on that one.
O'Donnell's starting to play a little bit stronger each game. I noticed out of him also. He's improving each game that he's been there this year.
Well, and as I was saying, his name's so long on plays like that, he gets into the neutral zone, you start saying his name, he's already scored.
Yep.
But he's a very special player, especially at this level of hockey. And he's not just a good player, but he's also a leader, and he's also very smart. He's actually a pre-chiropractic student. Shot there from the top of the zone by Ouellette.
Ouellette had a nice release on that one, beelined it, and it was a good thing that Gerard was aware because that was a rocket. Because you notice that a lot with Eastern players, they have quick releases, and they shoot really hard. It's a hard puck that's going in on the goalie.
We've got to give an update across the world of sports. The Iowa State Cyclones, for the second time in 4 weeks, taking out a top 5 opponent. They beat number 3 Oklahoma on the football field a few weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and just knocked off number 4 TCU. So good squad there in the Big 12, coming out of Ames, Iowa there for the Cyclones. Also taking a look at some of the other scores around the country. Number 12, Washington, beating up UCLA 44-23, and Florida just barely edging out the shutout there, getting a score in the last couple of minutes, losing to Georgia 42-7. A shot and a score by Trevor Zakrajcek. This kid has been unbelievable this weekend. I'm trying to give score updates, and he just wants to keep putting the puck in the back of the net.
Well, what's interesting about him is it looks like Coach Hanlon's double shifted him. At times he has him up front as a center forward, and then that one was from the point-blank shot from the blue line as a defenseman, and he does have a shot. That when he unloads on it, it is quick, it's hard, and the goalie looked like he started to react to it, and it was already in the net. That's how fast it was moving. We're going to look for a hat trick tonight again, I think.
And look at Smith. He gets his second point of the season. He's going to get an assist on that one along with Keegan Otness. That goal coming 144. Zakrajcek from Otness and Smith. So Eastern Washington turning on the Jets here in the second period, getting 2 goals from Trevor Zakrajcek just less than 2 minutes into this second period.
Well, I'm finding interesting this game's flip-flop. Yesterday, it was all WSU the first 2 periods. Eastern was real sluggish. Today it's opposite. It's all EW, and WSU is sluggish right now. So hopefully it doesn't play out like it did last night. But Eastern's on fire right now. The first period and a quarter, they are all over it.
Well, and the Cougars here, they've got their chances so far in this one. J.D. Dunn, he's done very well. Middlesworth has got his shots on goal so far, and here comes Hinges. Hinges sends it from the far side to the near off the wall to Vuktavine. Now that goes down low to Herbert. Herbert's got it tied up in the skates of an Eagle. Herbert still with it in the corner. And now knocked away, coming the other way is Ouellette. Ouellette pushes it ahead off of the skates of Thompson. Thompson able to pin it against the wall, fire it into the attacking zone, but waiting there is Vuktavine. And tripped up by the VF on the ice was a Cougar. A shot there off of the post by J.D. Dunn.
But again, O'Donnell stood his ground on that one. He made 2 stops there back to back. The kid's playing really, really well, but he does every game I've seen him, but he's on fire tonight.
That one a very good chance there for the Cougars. And they had the entire open net there and clanged it off the side of the goal. This one, it may be 3-0 early on in the second period, but don't count the Cougars out. And as I say that, Peyton Fredrickson, he's able to confuse goaltender Tyler O'Donnell and find the back of the net underneath him. O'Donnell kind of losing his footing there.
Well, O'Donnell did a nice job. He did a poke check on the guy, and it just got out a little bit further than what I think he was hoping for, and then he lost his skate, and that's when Frederickson just buried it in the back. Well, 3-1. We'll see how WSU reacts now, because they're getting a little bit momentum off of that goal.
And they're going to say that goal unassisted. Fredrickson making it happen all by his lonesome.
Oh, he just buried, and I'm trying to think, almost in the WSU's bench.
And the Cougars with some heavy forecheck pressure now. Slapped out front, intercepted by Zakrajcek. He's doing everything for the Eagles, both offensively and defensively. Maiko touches it up at the near face-off circle, firing it back in is Brown. That one out front. The Cougars doing a very good job of getting that puck to the front of the net and having a man there. They're just struggling with getting that puck, or getting the stick to the puck out front.
Well, they definitely have a jump in their steps now after that goal for the Cougs.
Maiko and Smith run into each other, and that's going to lead to another turnover in the defensive zone for the Eagles. Cougars fighting for it, looking for that wraparound. Again, a man out front. Now here comes Smith. He's got 2 points on the night. 1 goal, 1 assist. He's just going to fire it in and head back to the bench as he mishandles it coming through the neutral zone. 15:32 to go in the second period. Jenny now with some forecheck pressure. Bailey gets there, pokes it away. Still some pressure. Now into the neutral zone. With it is Purley. Purley fires it right into the hand of Bailey. Drops it down to a stick. Circles around on the near side. Back behind the net. He gets hit by Shaw. No call there, right in front of the official. And now Shaw in a foot race. One move, another move, and a good defensive stand there for the Eagles. Middlesworth crashing the net. Made a couple of moves around O'Donnell, and Shaw was there to pick the puck out of the crease. Another shot, and O'Donnell's going to cover it up.
WSU's game's definitely picked up after they got that goal. They're throwing the body more like they did yesterday. And right now they're putting a lot of pressure on Eastern. And if they can weather the storm, it'll be interesting. But right now WSU's taking the play to them.
14:53 to go here in Cheney. 3-1 the score. The Eagles and Cougars almost even on the shots. EWU 12, WSU 11. But the team in white, the Washington State Cougars, have come alive here as of late. And now picking it up on the far side is Litchfield. That one right out front, a diving shot by Dunn. That one to the skates of Purley. He just kicks it back out into the neutral zone. Again, off of the skate of Colin Purley. A big hit on the far side by Keegan Peterson.
That's what I'm finding interesting. WSU changed up their scheme. They're going a 1-2-2 now instead of the 2-1-2, and it's giving Eastern a little bit of difficulty trying to figure out what they're doing.
This one's going to go all the way back up top where it's Litchfield. He pushes it over to Vugdeveen. He fires a shot wide right of the net. Now that is done, back to Vugdeveen. He fires a shot, doesn't get all the way to the net. Back with it is Day, and now it's going to go all the way towards the Washington State net. Browning giving chase, but coming out of his net is Garrard. Picked up in the center of the neutral zone by Ouellette. He makes one man miss, but can't hold on to the puck. Still from his knees, still has it, spins around, loses the puck, and the Cougars take it back behind their own net. A takeaway by Thompson. He tries to feed it ahead. Gets it to Browning. Browning back to Zakrajcek. Zakrajcek back to Browning. Browning tries to go between his legs to Zakrajcek. And now it'll be Gilming and Fredrickson. Fredrickson with it, looks to make O'Donnell miss, and O'Donnell slams down his leg pad on top of that puck.
Outstanding save on that play. Outstanding. Fredrickson had a beeline on him. And a real rapid shot. O'Donnell's playing extremely well. He's tracking everything right now. But what's interesting with the Cougars changing up 1, 2, and 2 is they're sending one guy in to use the body, and then they have two floaters. And right now it's giving Eastern some fits. So I think they got used to the 2-1-2. Sorry about that, Tyler. But now they reverted back to 1-2-2. So they need to make a quick adjustment on that.
In Eastern Washington, that if there has been a struggle this year, it's been adapting to a change in the attack of the other teams. Just under 13 minutes to play here in this second period. Back behind the net goes Stevenson. Stevenson ahead to Maiko. Diving for that puck was Brown. And now Herbert. He takes it behind the goal. He gets put into the board. Stevenson now feeds it ahead into the neutral zone. Just goes down the ice. I don't know if it's going to have enough speed, and it does just enough to get across the end line. That puck will come all the way back down the ice. 12:23 to go. Eagles and Cougars here in Cheney at the URC. And as I was saying earlier, you can tell when it gets to be a lunch or dinner rush at the Roost because their exhaust vents come right into this room, and it smells fantastic. Not quite as fantastic as the Barrel House, though, where we'll be after the game. Looking to get some good pizza down there.
I'm half tempted to call him for you right now, Tyler, and get
Just
you something
have
up
him
here.
deliver me some.
That's
That
right.
would be fantastic. Mike and the crew down there do a good job. Zakrajcek gets it back to Maiko. Maiko now, he's going to bring it ahead. Stick handles for just a moment too long, giving the Cougars a chance to recover. And that one sent in now by Torres. Behind the net is Zakrajcek off the wall. Back into the neutral zone. With it is Litchfield. Litchfield to Torres. He sends it behind the net. O'Donnell comes out, tries to slow it down, can't get his stick to it, and now in the far corner is Bailey. He pushes it ahead, but just as far as Stevenson. And now a fight for the puck right in front of the Campitelli suite. A high dump into the glass behind the net. That one tried to be sent out front by Schneider. He couldn't get enough of it. Now off of the glass. Kicked away by the Cougars. And coming away with it is Bailey. Bailey fires a shot. Not enough on it. And now into the neutral zone the puck goes. Picking it up in his own end is Vugdeveen. Now with it is Day. Turnover there. Stevenson's got two Cougars. They run into each other but take him down in the process. All the way back into the Eastern Washington end where Zakrajcek will pick it up. He'll fire it off of the glass and up into the netting. He tried to dump that one all the way back down the ice, but too much of an angle and up into the twine that surrounds the arena.
Right now it seems to be settling down a little bit. The Cougars were putting massive amount of pressure on EWU, and now it looks like Eastern's finally figuring out what kind of scheme they're doing to get attacked with. The Cougars are playing relentless though right now.
And a good attack there by the Cougars, a backhanded shot. And as we learned from Travis last night, assistant coach of the LA Kings now, Don Nachbauer, he's not a fan of the backhand.
No, he despises the backhand.
This one a shot on net behind the goal. Picking it up is Dunn. Shaw now, he almost has it. Those wonderful white skates. Puck got tangled up in him. He lost it, and a dangerous puck there. Came off of the end wall. And now Pearlie having an issue with Dunn as Dunn came in to chase that puck after it came off the end wall right into Tyler O'Donnell. And had O'Donnell not been paying enough attention, that one could have gone right off the backside of him and into the net.
Yeah, and I think Pearlie and Shaw were telling them they didn't like it, but I think Pearlie's going in the box for a cross check on that.
This penalty coming 9 minutes, 45 seconds, the end of the period.
Well, again, I like Pearlie's game. What he did was he took a section of how Dunn went into the goalie, and he took about 3 shots on him, and the third one got him on that. And then Shaw came in and just tried to inform that he didn't like that either. So,
and a chance there for Browning, but he falls off of his horse as he tries to gallop down the ice. We have hit the halfway point in this contest. The Eagles on the penalty kill now. Cougars looking to get back into this one again and cut the deficit in half with that man advantage. Eastern Washington really playing a 3-on-5 here as Browning kind of hanging around on the offensive side of the neutral zone waiting for that breakout pass.
He was cherry picking a bit, which is good if you can get the puck down to him quickly. But on that one, you are right. He left him kind of short-handed with it.
Face-off won by the Cougars on the far side now. That is Hingis. And now here come the Eagles short-handed. Zakrajcek on the far side. He's got Browning in the middle, tries to get the puck to him. It's slapped away, and you can see the Cougars doing everything they can to just keep Zakrajcek from even getting a shot on net.
Torrey was on him like his jersey.
And now here comes Dunn. He leaves it off for Hingis. This one back to Brown. Brown to the far side, now to Torres. Torres goes even further. Now down low go the Cougars, even lower behind the net, looking for that 1-2 pass from behind the goal. Kind of confuse the goaltender, not know where the puck's coming from. But the Eagles doing a good job of defending against it, and a dive there by Browning gets the puck back into the neutral zone.
Eastern's got to pay attention where Torres is because he's got a wicked slap shot. They've got to make sure they have that winger up top on him.
Some pushing and shoving in front of the net there. Kind of out of the view of the officials. Now here come the Cougars. Headed back the other way is Hingis. Now on the far side is Vugdeveen. All the way back, and that'll do it for this penalty kill for the Eagles. Pearlie will head straight back to the bench. Some new skates on the ice for Eastern Washington. And now Middlesworth, he's got a man in the middle. A shot and a goal by number 24, Alex Snyder, cuts the Eastern Washington lead in half. This goal coming 11:57 of the contest.
That was simply a breakdown by Eastern's defense on that one. He shot up to try to intercept the pass and went behind him, and it was a clean breakaway on that one. And I think he just lost his partner. He thought he was there and he wasn't there. Total breakdown on the D on that one.
And we've said his name a lot, Middlesworth with the assist on that one. Eastern Washington now starting to lose a grip on what was a commanding 3-0 lead as they came into this second period, got 2 goals, but now 2 goals aside for each team. The deciding goal at this point, or I guess the difference maker at this point coming in the first period. And now Smith with it. He tries to cut through the neutral zone. Kapelke fires it ahead. We have 7:33 to play in the second period. Maiko back to Pearly, touched up in the neutral zone by Kapelke. Smith giving chase. He's going to be met there by Vugdeveen. Both players skate past the puck, up into the neutral zone to Stevenson, who's run into from behind. He loses his wherewithal for just a moment, but that's long enough for the Cougars. And a penalty coming against Eastern Washington. A hit on Bailey a hit by Maiko.
I don't know. I don't have the advantage of the referee, but that looked like a pretty clean body check coming in. And I'm not sure what exactly they're going to call on him. But
the only thing I can think there is maybe a boarding. But we'll get the official call from the scorer's desk here in just a moment. But as I'm going back and looking at it on our replay machine,
if he gave him a boarding, I don't know how, because they weren't even close to the board.
That is what they gave him. They charged him with a boarding minor, and my only thought is that because he hit him as he was tucked down, and he ended up hitting the boards before he hit the ice. If you look at the literal definition of the rule, that I guess does fit it. But as you said, we don't have quite the advantage of that they do being on the ice. But that being said, that penalty coming, 12:54 of the contest. Eastern Washington going on the penalty kill again. Special teams not really making a difference one way or the other in this contest for either team.
This is an important penalty kill for Eastern. Very important. WSU's definitely have the momentum right now.
Shot wide of the net. That's going to come all the way back up top. With it is the Cougars. On the far side is Torres. Torres is going to feed it down low. Now back to Torres up top. He's going to fire a shot. Lifts it too tall. Giving chase is Day. Day going to feed it right out front. He's going to go to the far side to Hingis. Hingis fires a shot. Now behind the net is Fredrickson. Fredrickson back up to Torres. Now down low. All the way back up to Torres at the top of the zone. He's going to fire it. Tipped out front by Dunn. Now Dunn giving chase into the corner, gets it to his skates. Now all the way back up to Torres. Torres looking to set something up with 5:46 to go. Just under 40 seconds on the power play. And Minderman able to backhand it down the ice. Dunn going to get there first with 30 seconds on the power play remaining. 5:33 to go in the period. Now with it is Day. Day on the low side. He's going to play it ahead to Middlesworth. Middlesworth loses it, and the Eagles able to get it back into the neutral zone. On the far side, a shot deflected away. That a good opportunity there by Schneider. And Shaw going to send it down the ice. Behind his own net is Gerard, the goaltender for the Cougars. Off of the wall, that's played ahead to Middlesworth. Middlesworth has it taken away from him, but it goes right to the stick of a Cougar, and that was a nice little toe drag takeaway by Minderman, but now here come the Cougars. Litchfield has it in the corner. He's going to fire it across. Now Minderman gets it. Not able to get it into the neutral zone. Shaw using his body on Bailey as the penalty expires. Under 5 minutes to play here in the second period. A foot race. First one to get there is Litchfield. Gilming. He puts the pressure on Litchfield. Litchfield gets it to Bailey. And now right out front, Litchfield fires a shot from near the top of the zone. This one all the way back to Litchfield. He mishandles it. Jenny comes down the ice all the way above the face-off dots was Gerard. Back into the neutral zone go the Cougars. With it is Middlesworth. Gilming now headed back the other way. He pushes it ahead to Smith. Just a bit too far as Vugdeveen gets there first. Now a turnover. Smith picks it up, fires a shot off of the leg pads of the Washington State netminder. And you heard the sticks hit the glass there. Zakrajcek using his body now, that time using it against Miyoshi. Eastern Washington back with it is Peterson. Coming off of the bench is Otness. Now with it again is Torres. He's going to go to the far side. Poke check by Purley, and we're going to have a delayed penalty coming against Eastern Washington. And an unsportsmanlike conduct on Trevor Zakrajcek. You heard him slam the door. I'm not sure if he said something as well. Well, whatever it was, the official was not, Jacob Headley, the official, not happy with whatever got said.
And it had to be extreme because that's not his game. He doesn't chirp a lot, so I'm not really sure what happened on that one.
That penalty coming 16:32 of this period. This is Eastern's third penalty of the period. Still nobody able to find the back of the net on the special teams from either team. Torres, he's going to feed it down low to his own man. Now behind the net is Fredrickson. Back up to Torres. Torres fires a shot off of the leg pads of O'Donnell. A shot fired now by, that was Hingis. Torres to Hingis. O'Donnell back on the ice. Hingis with it all the way back up top to Torres. On the near side, he's got Day. Torres going to take it himself. No, feeds it to the far side to Hingis. Fires a shot up and into the glass. Now behind the net. Cougars with it. That is done. All the way back up to to Torres, who's going to fire another shot. This time try and keep it on the ice, but it bounces off of the skates. The first Eagle in front of him. A shot off of O'Donnell to the back wall. Fredrickson, he puts it in front of the net. And nobody there with a white jersey able to get a stick on it. The Eagles just enough to knock it out of the crease. 57 seconds left on this power play. 2:20 to go for these two teams in the second period.
Well, we got.
And it looks like coincidental minors now as we see
Peterson is definitely for the Eagles.
Peterson and Hingis.
No, now they're taking Peterson out of the box.
So that will be a slash on Hingis at 17:40, and that'll kill off that. No, and the Peterson minor is still on the board. Now it's not. So that will make it 4-on-4 for the next 57 seconds. And after that, Eastern Washington going to get their first power play of the period. A minute and 3 seconds.
Well, we have some confusion here right now with the Cougars and the referee.
And Chris Soriano not understanding why his player got sent back to the bench. The referee trying to explain what 4-on-4 means there from across the ice, and sometimes it's not quite that easy. A chance there for the Eagles. Hand signals from 92 feet away. Not always the easiest thing to do. Right out front, Smith fires a shot as the goaltender down on the ice. He misses it just barely. Eastern Washington here on the offensive. That one going to be sent back up into the Eastern Washington bench.
That was a nice shot by Smith down there. He did a nice job intercepting the pass from the Cougars. Peterson did a nice job. Stevenson did an excellent job on going in on it. Had a nice one-timer. Gerard stood big up for that one too.
So we'll have a face-off coming outside of the Washington State zone. Puck bounces back into their end as we tick under 120 seconds here in this period. Purley backhands it around the net.
Well, Eastern's doing a good job of keeping it in, the pressure on WSU right now. And it's real close for them having the man advantage right now. 4 seconds left.
That one fed right out front, but nobody there in the high slot for the Eagles. And here come the Cougars. All on his lonesome there is Zach Herbert. And he's still trying to get the offensive there. Out of the box, this is a Zakrajcek. Eastern Washington, 50 seconds left on the power play. That is 20 seconds less than are left in the period.
Herbert's being a one-man wrecking crew for the Cougs right now. He's doing a lot of interference out there on the ice, killing it off.
And he's definitely slowing down the Eastern Washington attack. Zakrajcek with it, backhands it into the neutral zone. Now with it is Stevenson. He's going to skate around 3 different Cougars, shoots and scores.
Well, he used the defenseman as a pick, and the goalie couldn't see it. He did a quick little wrist shot, almost like a snapper, went right by the goalie. He didn't even see it.
And Eastern Washington, just like that, getting on the board on the special teams for the first time.
I think that's a huge goal for Eastern because the Cougars were definitely taking the momentum away, and Eastern needed something to happen for him, and that was a great timing by Stevenson on that goal.
Well, that goal coming 19-20. And another point on the night for Trevor Zakrajcek, who gets the apple on that one. If I'm an opposing team, I am doing everything I can to cover up number 72 and not let him get the puck no matter what, because he's making plays happen both off of his stick and off of other people's tonight.
You have to shadow him. Any team coming in, you have to put a person there, just shadow him alone. He's that big a difference of a playmaker.
Backhanded down the ice as we tick under 10 seconds. Ouellette looking to go on the attack. A shot there by the Cougars just as time expires. O'Donnell doing a good job of smothering the shot.
Got a bit lazy there at the end there for Eastern. Nice job by O'Donnell.
And a good chance there by Dunn as the period expired. Eastern Washington taking a 4-2 lead into the intermission. We'll step away. We'll be back in 20 minutes with the final period of action. And if it's anything like last night, you're not going to want to miss it. Welcome back to Cheney, Washington. The third period of action between these two teams. Tyler Pisani alongside Gary Allen. And Gary, last night the third period was the turning point in the game. It was 3-0 WSU heading into the third period. Eastern scored 4 goals. WSU scored 1. And then we went to overtime. And I know these teams are both pretty tired. 6 periods, 6.5 periods really over 2 games. But I know they're both hungry for a win as well.
Well, we've had 2 games in 1 today. First period was all Eastern. Second period was all WSU. So it'll be interesting what they do. I think the first 5 minutes is crucial in this period. I think if they can settle down, keep it like it is, Eastern has a good shot. But two different games, like I said, in this one right now.
And the puck is ready to be dropped on the ice for the Eagles. Browning, Zakrajcek, and who led across the front with Purley and Gilman behind them. On the ice for the Washington State Cougars, we've got Litchfield and Vugtavina on defense. In and out of the glove there of Tyler O'Donnell. Up front, we've got Hingis, Day, and Dunn. In net for the Eagles, Tyler O'Donnell in net for the Cougars, and the white jerseys is number 37, Noah Gerard from Kennewick, the 5'8" left-handed goaltender.
Well, I noticed Coach Soriano did keep that pair of Day and Dunn together throughout this game, and I think he found something with those two working together because they've been a real force that Eastern's had to deal with for now 2 periods.
And we got a little bit of a clarification on the unsportsmanlike conduct minor for Trevor Zakrajcek there in the middle of the second period. Eastern Washington winning the faceoff in the attacking zone. A little bit of lipping off and topped off by the slamming of the gate door. The head referee, Jacob Headley. A good stop there by the toes of Tyler O'Donnell, who then is sent spinning around in his crease as he catches the shin pad of his own man skating through there.
That was an excellent play by O'Donnell. The guy did a little deke right there at the top of the post, and he was on that. Good job by O'Donnell, like I said, because if he wasn't paying attention, that was going in.
Well, let's take a look at how we got here today. Shane Smith, his first goal of the season, opening up the game in the first period. Assists to Minderman and Stevenson. Nothing else on the scoring front in that first period, but then into the second period, opened up with Trevor Zakrajcek streaking down the ice, Tyler O'Donnell getting the assist at the 27-second mark, and then Zakrajcek getting his second goal of the game, his 5th in 2 days. Just over a minute later, the assists on that one going to Otness and Smith. Smith getting his second point of the game. Gerard pulling that one back in and slowing down the play here. And then it was WSU who came alive. Frederick scored at 3:14 unassisted, and then Schneider at 11:57 of that second period, the assist going to Middlesworth. And Trevor Zakrajcek getting his 3rd point of the game. A shot there right off the faceoff by Minderman. 19-20 with just 40 seconds remaining in the period. He pushed the puck up to Stevenson sitting on top of that pink VFUC, or purple VFUC painted on the ice. And he gave it to Stevenson. Stevenson put a shot on net from there, and Gerard not able to get down quick enough. And that's how we got to this 4-2 scoreline as these two teams look to battle it out for the final 18 minutes, or last night, I guess, what we thought was the final 18 minutes. And they ended up playing an extra couple there in overtime. Shot right out front to Minderman, and he fires a rocket off of the Cougar logo of Gerard.
Excellent play by both of them. Minderman's been playing strong the last 4 games. Gerard stood his ground on that one. That was a point blank. I don't know if you picked this up, Tyler, but Zakrajcek, I'm not sure if he's still unhappy with that unsportsmanlike, because right now he's hitting everything that moves out there. His physicality has increased tenfold right now.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with Colin Purley not being able to throw his body around as much as he would like. Caught a stick to the wrist last night and is still struggling with that a little bit coming into this game. And Hayden Boring on defense. He has to sit out today's game after dropping the gloves last night against Bowdish. I'm going to look back over the game notes here. That one all the way back towards the Eastern Washington net. Vugdeveen chases it, but he leaves it off for his goaltender. And now the Cougars coming back down the ice. Touching it up is Hingis. A shot by Dunn. A good opportunity there for the Cougars. And now a foot race between Smith and Vugdeveen. You see those two matching up a lot tonight on the ice, Vugdeveen and Smith.
Vugdeveen playing a lot more today than he did yesterday.
Browning thinks about taking it in and pushes it back to Zakrajcek. And I think you're right on that, Gary. I seem to be seeing his number 21 out there bouncing around quite a bit more than we did yesterday. A turnover there for the Eagles, or a takeaway rather. Browning turns, fires a shot, but Gerard knew that it was coming and covered it up.
I'm telling you, Browning has been very impressive the last two games. Not that he wasn't before, but he's standing out. He's doing just a ton of extra work for Eastern in the last two games. Holy mackerel.
A shot and a goal right off of the face-off by Morgan Ouellette.
Wow, that's why I said holy mackerel. That just came off the face-off, and it caught the goalie right over the top shoulder and on the high side. That was an interesting, I'm not sure if he did it on purpose on that face-off, or we'll get a replay here, but that was interesting there. That was quick.
That goal coming 3 minutes, 17 seconds.
Did that go off the...
And that one,
Nope.
That's a very odd goal. We went back and looked at it here on the replay machine. And it was kind of a floater that just went up and over the top, a rainbow goal. More like a basketball shot than something you'd see out here on the ice.
Well, I'm thinking Gerard thought it was going to go over the net, and it just dropped right at the end, right past the crossbar and his shoulder.
So there you have it. Morgan Ouellette getting the first goal of this third period, of which I'm sure that there's going to be more for both sides. Now with it is Gilming on the far side.
But that was a major goal for Eastern right there. That settled the WSU down. But now here they come right back.
With that is Middlesworth. He thinks about the pass, decides to go backhand, but Tyler O'Donnell there to shut the door. And now here comes Ouellette again. He's headed back down the ice, fires a shot, and this time
Dunn's going to go in the box for WSU. He took a shot at Browning at the end in the back.
And it looks to be boarding as Dunn is headed to the box. We'll get the official update here in just a moment. This one coming 4:16.
About Coach Hanlon, he mixes up his power plays quite a bit, and that's nice to see because he's not just settling in on one set of players. He's mixed them up really well.
And that was 2 minutes for boarding. Another shot there by Ouellette, another kind of floater. That one pushed right out front by Minderman. And you're right, we're seeing some new faces out there on the power play. Minderman, Shaw, Smith, Ouellette out there, as well as the team's leading scorer, Trevor Zakrajcek. Back with it now is Vugdeveen. He's going to send it all the way back to Zakrajcek. Zakrajcek actually playing some defense today, especially on this power play line. Smith with it down into the corner. He has it knocked away by Nois. First time we've said his name tonight. Ouellette back to Smith. Smith fires a shot wide of the net. A delayed penalty coming against.
It's a cross check.
I would assume that that's against the Cougars, since Eastern Washington had the shot, or had the puck, and it is Eastern Washington going to get a 5-on-3 opportunity here, as now it's Vugdeveen going to head to the box. This penalty coming 5 minutes 4 seconds into the period for a cross check.
But I do like what Coach Hanlon's doing. Too often coaches get set on one.
Oh, and actually, that's going to be a high stick, Gary.
Okay. On one unit, and then they get in a slump. They still stay with that unit. He's mixing up the players really well, and I like that. That's a good way to break up any kind of slump.
Over to Ouellette. That's going to go near side to Purley. Purley down low to Zakrajcek. Out top to Stevenson. Stevenson now the backhand. Handled well by Gerard. Back up now to Stevenson. Stevenson down low to Ouellette. Ouellette top shelf. He's going to go bar south.
Beautiful goal. Beautiful play set up.
And that goal coming on the 5-on-3, 5 minutes, 24 seconds into the period. That's going to make it 6-2 in favor of the Eagles, as Ouellette going to get his second goal of the contest.
Ouellette was definitely looking at the top shelf the whole time on that one. There was nothing he was going to do different. He was looking at it, and the goalie went down and just buried it in the back of the net. Excellent play.
So the assists on that one going to go to Browning and Purley. Purley getting on the score sheet here. And Luke Browning as well.
That's good to see Purley get on there. He plays a hard game. He plays really well for Eastern. He deserves some recognition on his offense.
Well, and I got to say a shout out to his father, who is listening along, Craig. He actually handled the team when they went up to Bellingham to play Western Washington. Neither one of the coaches, Pat Hanlon or Chris Watkins, could make it up there. So Craig doing a good job of stepping in and handling the team. A little bit of an issue there when Tyler Erickson ended up with a lower body injury and a broken ankle, actually. Craig was there to help us out, and I know he's listening online.
That's commendable, too, because that's got to be difficult for him to step in on the team and run them, especially against Western.
And they actually split for the first time ever against Western Washington under the tutelage of Craig Purley. A shot by Zakrajcek right into the chest of the goaltender. And you can see that Gerard kind of apathetically throws the puck out there. 6 goals, it'll take a toll on a goaltender, regardless of whose fault that actually is.
Yeah, and I hope he's not taking it further. He's playing an outstanding game. There's been some just rocket shots that I don't care who you are in net, you weren't going to get. And so hopefully he's not taking it all personally on himself. There hasn't been a weak goal.
No, and 13:45 to go, 45 seconds left on the power play for the Eagles. Zakrajcek gets it to Wiley, Jenny. Now on the far side, Minderman. Zakrajcek calls for it on the near side. That one up and over the net. Schall has it. He gets it to Zakrajcek. Zakrajcek tries to feed it in and out numbers for the Cougars. Pushing it ahead is Herbert. He's got a man on the far side, sticked away by Tyler O'Donnell. Crashing the net was Fredrickson, looking for his second of the game. This penalty, just 15 seconds remaining before we're back to 5-a-side hockey. With it is Jenny. Jenny's going to look to take it all the way to the goal and right into the chest again of the goaltender, Noah Gerard.
I'll tell you one person, Peterson did an outstanding job of riding the player off in Eastern's end. Because he had a step on him. He just kept going, kept the body on him, and didn't give him any kind of opportunity to shoot. That was an outstanding play by him.
We'll have a face-off coming glove side of Gerard in the Washington State end. Purley has it, winds up, fires a shot, deflected away right out front. And now here come the Cougars the other direction as the penalty expires. Browning doing a good job of disrupting that in the neutral zone. Purley feeds it ahead off of the skates of a player. Smith can't get to it. And now with it is Hingis. Hingis down the near side, with it is Day. He gives it up to Purley on the far side. Dunn touches it up. Coming off of the bench is Torres, who fires a shot from the neutral zone on Tyler O'Donnell. As we have 12.5 left. Back up now to Litchfield. A puck out front, dangerous for the Eagles, but the Cougars not able to capitalize on it. Tipped out front, O'Donnell able to handle that. And there's some good offensive attack here from the Cougars. Dunn using his body, kicking the puck now, back down to Hingis. Hingis looking for somebody out front, can't get the pass away, and now Purley, he's going to try and send it out. Torres with it now. Torres knocks down an Eagle, and now here comes a pass to the far side, just a little too far away from Dunn for him to get anything done.
I think Dunn was looking at doing a one-time pass, and he just took his head off the puck briefly, and he lost it.
And this almost looks like a power play opportunity for the Cougars here. And I think they're actually going to go on the penalty kill.
Yeah, I think Snyder's going to get called. No, it wasn't Snyder.
This penalty coming 8 minutes, 26 seconds into this period. It's going to be number 28, Hingis. So, and Peter Hingis, he's going to get 2 minutes for elbowing. Putting the Eagles back on the power play again. And Ouellette with it. He's got 2 in the period. He feeds it down low, gives it to Smith. Smith has a goal and an assist on the game. Ouellette back with it up top. Now Zakrajcek at the top of the zone, feeds it down low to Minderman. Minderman's got Smith on the far side. He gives it up to Ouellette on the near side. Now Smith put into the boards down low. Smith still able to hold on to it. Shoots it off of the waiting stick of Gerard. Now right out front, Shaw has it. Shaw fights away defenders, and a good glove save there by Gerard. And now you can see his frustration as it goes into his glove, and he immediately throws it back towards the corner.
Well, see, and this goes back to what Coach Hanlon was doing before. This time he had Smith, Shaw, and Minderman out on the power play, and that's just a good coaching move by him, changing up his line so he can't get used to one unit. If you're the opposing team, I meant by not getting used to him, because you just mess the penalty kill up by changing players all the time.
And now the Eagles with it again. 1:15 to go on the power play. Jenny has it. He's going to feed it back to Zakrajcek. Zakrajcek fires a shot, deflected away before it reaches the front of the goal. Minderman now into the corner. It's Wiley. Wiley's going to bring it out front, shoot, and score! Wiley Jenny on the backhand.
It's that changeup. You're changing your line. So WSU, even though they did some scouting on him, you can't get set on this is how one player is going to do something, because he's changing up his power play constantly, and you just can't read that. And excellent coaching job on that one right there. And I like how he keeps D out there, which is smart. But I mean, you know, overall he's changing up his power play. This excellent coaching right there.
So Jenny gonna get the goal. Ouellette gonna get the primary assist, and I'm gonna give you a guess as to who got the secondary assist on that one, Gary.
My man Z, that's who did it.
Trevor Zakrajcek, his 4th point on the night. 2 goals, 2 assists to top off a 3-goal, 1-assist performance last night. Eastern Washington starting to run away here late in the 3rd period.
I think you're kind of right, though, Tyler. I think Gerard's finally getting a little bit of frustration on how the team's playing in front of him. And too many easy shots are coming in on him now.
Well, and with just 10 minutes remaining in the contest, the Eagles here have a chance on the attack. Dunn has it. He beats O'Donnell, but again off the side of the net. Some good defense there by the Eagles as they were able to slow Dunn down just enough. Dunn did a good job picking off that pass. He saw that Peterson was not looking, and he was just trying to get rid of that puck and knew right where it was going to go, fired it right to the stick of Dunn, who took it in.
But what's nice is Peterson recouped right away and did some interference on that, so he couldn't get a clean shot on that. So that was a good recovery by Peterson on that one.
Now a shot from the far side by Thompson. That's going to come back all the way into the neutral zone, where Zakrajcek picks it up with 9 minutes to go. Zakrajcek stops, spins, and makes one-man miss. And that was Noes who lost his footing there off of that deke by Zakrajcek. And Noah's this time putting Zakrajcek into the wall. Off of the glass, up to Torres. Torres now looking to make everybody miss. He's going to do it himself. Fires a shot right to O'Donnell, and that one whistled dead pretty quickly. I'm not sure that O'Donnell actually had that one covered up.
I tell you, Torres is a handful. When he starts moving at his size, he is hard to stop. And on that one, I don't know who the Eastern player was, but he put a body on him. It's like he wasn't even there. He just went right around him. So he's a tough player.
And the Cougars winning that face-off. Puck sent, or really just left out there. Day with it now. Along the low side wall is Litchfield. Back to Day, back to Litchfield. Litchfield skates it past Day and then gives it back to, or Day skates it past Litchfield, gives it back to Litchfield. And upended is Hingis. Peter Hingis a little slow to get up. Washington State doing a good job of maintaining possession here, trying to get Hingis off the ice without losing that possession. That one off the side of the net again. And again, it's Dunn, who's the one there making sure everything's working the way it should on the offensive side for the Cougars. Browning has it, circles through the neutral zone, feeds it ahead to Ouellette. Ouellette looking for that elusive third goal, has 2 goals so far on the night. And an assist on that latest goal by Wiley Jenny. Now on the far side is Kapelke. Kapelke tries to feed it ahead to Ouellette. He can't get it, but he gets the takeaway. And again, this time it is Gerard covering it up on the ice.
You got to give WSU a lot of credit. They have not stopped playing. Even though they're down 7-2 with 7:13 left, they're still fighting out there, and you can see it on the shot differential. EWU's only 1 shot up on them, 30-29. You got to give credit to the Cougars on it right now. They haven't stopped playing.
This one's 7 minutes to go, and it's not unheard of for a team to come back from a 5-goal deficit. Heck, Eastern Washington scored 4 goals in about 10.5 minutes last night. They picked up that pace a little bit. They may have gotten all 5 of theirs that quickly.
But it will be, in all fairness, it'll be tough to get 5 goals on O'Donnell.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know how many the most he's given up this year, but I don't think it's been 5. So
no, and both of the teams so far this evening, both the goaltenders have really made the difference for their team.
Well, they both played outstanding. But again, that's why I give credit to WSU. I think they realize they're going to have trouble getting some goals past O'Donnell, but they have not quit playing. They're playing hard still. Oh, Pearlie did a nice job of bringing that puck into WSU's end. He's having an outstanding
Yeah, that was
game.
a very nice move to get around one player and bring it across the blue line.
Well, he showed a little bit of offensive skill right there, and so that's why I'm glad he got that assist, because he deserves it. I like his game a lot. I've said it all year, but he plays a good brand of hockey.
This one into the corner. Pearlie again, the one-handed poke check. And here come the Cougars. Fredrickson's already got one. A good pass across. And if you're going to beat Tyler O'Donnell, that's how you've got to do it. A goal by number 11, Zach Herbert. His goal coming 6 minutes, 3 seconds into the contest. I'm sorry, 6 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in the contest.
I think Fredrickson picked up an assist on that also. That was a bam play. There was nothing O'Donnell was going to do on that one. That was a stick to tape, one-time shot. Excellent play by WSU.
So, and that is Herbert from Fredrickson.
If you were going to draw it up, that's exactly how you draw it up on the board on how that one time is supposed to look.
Now here come the Eagles the other way. Jenny's already got one. He fires a shot just too tall. Minterman looking to cover, to pick up that rebound off the end wall, and a cover there by Gerard, jumping back the other way.
A little more oomph by Minterman. That puck would have been in the back of the net. That was a nice job by him.
Well, you've got to give credit to the goaltender, Noah Gerard, because he's on the losing side of a 7-3 battle. Was that Trevor Zakrajcek again?
For an assist. I don't know who tipped it in, but he's going to pick up an assist on that. What's that make, 9 points in 2 games for him?
It does, and I was going to say, Gerard still putting in the full effort.
Yeah, that play was just a nice pass by Z down there. And I don't know who tipped it in, but there was nothing Gerard could have done on that one. Nothing at all. That was an excellent play by Eastern.
So that goal coming 14-19 off of the stick of the young man Shane Smith with an assist to Zakrajcek and Minderman. So Minderman with 2 points tonight, Smith with 3 points tonight, 2 goals and an assist. And what a grab by Tyler O'Donnell from his hind end there on the ice.
Oh man, that was incredible.
And what a shot by the Cougars.
Well, that was Novus' shot that. He thought it, well, in fact, he just gave him a high five to the goalie on stopping that because he thought that was in. He had his arms up like he scored.
That was a rocket.
And so obviously acknowledging like, okay, you took my goal, but nice stop because, geez, that was a rocket.
Well, and that's one thing that you'll see between these two teams. It's a testament to both of the coaches and the culture of these two programs is a lot of times in games that are this spread out in terms of score. It's an 8-3 contest with just 5 minutes remaining. You see these teams getting a little bit chippy, a little physical, looking to hurt each other. And these two teams still out here doing what you should be doing in college club hockey and just having fun.
Well, that is what nice. I was getting a little bit concerned with the score. Oh, there's another one.
And as the goaltender, there's not a whole lot you could do.
No.
Is that number 18, Morgan Ouellette? That is goal number 3 for that young man.
That was just a fluky play on that one.
It was just chopping out of the top of the crease. Not a whole lot that, as a goaltender, you could do.
Yeah, well, they did a nice job of staying with it. The goalie went one way and it went right between the 5-hole. But what I was talking about earlier, this game has not gotten chippy at all. There's no dirty play. I'm hoping it stays that way with the last 42 left. Because both teams have shown a lot of respect for each other.
That'll be Thompson and Stevenson on the assists here this evening, or for that goal. Stevenson this evening getting 2 assists and a goal, 3 points for him, 3 goals for Ouellette, 4 total points for him so far in this contest.
Stevenson sure has been on the offensive mind side tonight.
Chance there for the Cougars, looking to poke one home. And a good hit there by Miyoshi. Now Purley staying at home. O'Donnell chopping that one away. He can't get a hold of that one. And again, that puck, the play blown dead as the puck wasn't covered up in the Eastern Washington crease. O'Donnell trying to get a handle on it.
That was almost like a knuckler on the ice. It was kept changing directions. I know O'Donnell had it twice, and then I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was Micho that hit it, and it just kept bouncing around. So the referee, I bet he thought that O'Donnell had it, and then it squirted out.
A big hit there by Shaw on Weend. And now here comes the Zakrajcek through the neutral zone, and they're going to say offside as Minderman got pushed across the blue line.
Well, you got to like Shaw's game, though. You know, that kid right there, doesn't matter to him, is 9-3. He's still going to be physical. And they're all clean hits. I've not seen him throwing a dirty hit this year, and that's just his style. You're in the way, he's gonna move you out of the way. He's a very interesting player, and I don't care if you and Travis keeps picking on his skates. I like his white skates. They look good.
Well, they stick out with the pink laces.
I'm going to buy a pair of them now just because I like them.
He's still throwing that body around, suffering from a little bit of an upper body injury as well as he had an equipment malfunction last night. that led to that upper body injury. But he's a tough cookie.
Oh, he's very tough. He hasn't stopped at all. He just, like I said, his game is being physical. There he is right now. He just buried the Cougar into the boards. Nothing faces him.
And coming down the ice on the far side, Minderman giving chase through the neutral zone. This one picked up by Dunn. He's going to give chase into the corner, and no, it's going to be Purley with just over 3 minutes remaining in this contest. I think it's safe to say Eastern Washington going to move to 8-4-1 on the season. The first set of ACHA rankings come out on Tuesday. Skating away after the shot is Nois. He's had his fair opportunity here. Surprised that we didn't see him more in this contest.
So am I, but he has such a quick release on his shot that on that one, it was nice to see O'Donnell kept track of him because, man, he has a quick release.
Eastern Washington looking to head back down the ice. Now again with it is Torres. Torres across the blue line. Makes one man miss. Looking to get that shot off. A good follow there by Herbert. A bouncing puck out front. Picked up by Stevenson. Now back with it is Herbert. He fires a shot on, Torres fires a shot on net. And now Nois with it. Nois thinks about the shot, tries to go in between the legs of Purley. Bounces off of his skates as we tick down towards the 122nd mark.
Tara, that Browning's having an outstanding game. That kid, for his size, he doesn't care how big you are. He's going to hit you. His motor is constantly running.
And now here comes Stevenson. Stevenson looking to make one man miss. He does. Looking for that backhanded shot, but able to get a stick in there as Middlesworth. Stevenson now gets it to Otness. No, he doesn't. Middlesworth with it along the low wall. Middlesworth across the blue line. Sends it out front. A couple of white jerseys there, but nobody able to get their stick to it again. Sent right out front. This time it's Purley with it. Tipped through the neutral zone, so no icing coming. Player's going to have to race to this one, and Brown's the first one to get to it. Off of the wall, back to Maiko. Maiko kicks it back down in. Now the Cougars just looking to get it up into the neutral zone and keep this Eastern Washington goal total to a single digit as we tick down towards that final 60 seconds.
Well, I'll tell you who's also had a great game is Otness tonight. He has been real fiery.
And Zakrajcek from the far side looking for another point there. And again, another special thank you to Every Woman Can. Tonight's ticket proceeds donated to them. Over $200 sent the way of that foundation to help raise awareness for breast cancer and help support that cause. As tonight is Pink in the Rink, a special thanks to all of our sponsors, Play It Again Sports, O'Doherty's Irish Grill, Holiday Inn Express Cheney, and of course, the title sponsor of our online broadcasts, Barrel House Pub and Pizza, right there in downtown Cheney. We'll be there after the game, getting our grub on, celebrating a good 2 wins for the Eagles. Cougars coming away with 1 out of a possible 4 points this weekend. Nothing to hang their head about. Still a very competitive club and a very competitive league that is the Pac-8.
Yeah, they're playing well. They played well. Eastern just came out and shocked them right off the get-go, and they haven't recovered off of it. Zakrajcek shoots the puck all the way from the blue line, almost goes in. That kid,
I think he's looking for that third goal.
He is. He touched that puck. He's thinking, I'm going for it. Wouldn't that be nice to see him get another hat trick?
And as we said, coming into tonight, tied for 44th in the country in terms of points for the team. You would think that after today, he is definitely going to move up in that category. Top 20 in goals heading into today. A good shot in and out of the glove of Tyler O'Donnell. The Cougars not giving up as Hingis put on that last shot as we tick down here towards the end of the contest.
Whoa, there's 3 nice shots, and they finally got it in.
And a goal by the Cougars. with 2.6 seconds remaining. That's going to make it 9-4. This goal coming 19:58 of the third period.
Well, Donald stopped 2 of Day's shot, but the third one he couldn't get. Day did a nice job of getting up over the top of him.
And they're going to give that one to Day unassisted. Well, we've got to say thank you to the Washington State fans that came up here from Pullman. And that's going to be it. They're going to say the contest is over. Clock never actually started back up after that, after the face-off, and there's the buzzer.
Great performance by EWU. A very good performance by WSU, but EWU, they came out today. They wanted the game today. They came out. They weren't as sluggish as they were yesterday. They played really, really strong hockey.
Well, taking a look at our 3 stars of the contest, Gary. Starting at number 3, it's got to go to number 11 for the Eagles, Shane Smith. 2 goals and an assist, getting his first points of the season. And I always say this, and I'm sure it gets repetitive, but goals are like ketchup.
Yep.
And Smith proved that tonight, going 2 goals and 1 assist on the contest. Trevor Zakrajcek adding 4 points on the night, 2 goals and 2 assists. But our number 1 star tonight, the former Eastern Washington coach, number 18, Morgan Ouellette, a hat trick and adding a 4th point in the assist column en route to a 9-4 victory for these Eastern Washington Cougars, or Eastern Washington Eagles. Cougars holding their own as well. Goals in this contest for the Cougars by Frederick, Schneider, Herbert, and Day. And you can see out there at center ice, these 2 teams have nothing but respect and compassion for each other, and that's why you'll see both teams representing with the pink stick tape, both coaches wearing pink ties. This was really a pink in the rink for both teams here tonight, and a very special 2-game series for the Cougars and the Eagles.
Yes, it was outstanding. Both teams did a good job for their schools. Good hockey, both games. You can't say enough about them.
Well, and that is going to do it for us here in Cheney, Washington this weekend. Be sure to join us right here on this very same YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button while you're here. Give us a like. But our next game, next Friday night, November 3rd at 7 o'clock, an NPHC matchup. Could be for the top spot heading into the tournament in March, or in February. The Western Washington Vikings come to town for a 2-game series next Friday and Saturday. You can watch both of those games right here. For our cameraman, Joe Pumphrey, my color analyst, Gary Allen, I'm Tyler Pisani saying good night, go Eags, drive safe, and we'll see you at the Barrel House.
Oh, yeah. So that'll work if we're using this setup from now on, like how we're doing games? Yeah. I like that. And then I'll split the level so me and Gary share the headset, and I'll try to always have the camera over here. If you want. Okay, as long as it's good with you.
flip this back on.